Your wrist isn't the reason for your fingers and hands feeling nervy first thing in the morning, which is why today I'm going to explain what's really happening, how to test for it, and of course, how to treat it. My name is Adam. I'm the owner of trainingmassage.com, and I've helped thousands of people get rid of their nerve pain in record time. And when it comes to the scaling, there are actually 3 ways that they can get tight while you're sleeping. With the first one being having your head crooked or tilted while sleeping on your back. You see, if your head is crooked or tilted one way or another, there's a good chance you're creating some kind of compression on one side, or the muscles are getting stretched out to their limit on the other side, which can also create some kind of compression. Now, if you are someone who sleeps on their side, then once again, if your pillow is not the right size, meaning it's too flat or it's too thick, then that can also change the way your head is positioned, which can naturally put the muscles, the scalenes, on a shortened or elongated position. And either one of those can create compression in the nerves or blood vessels. And if you're someone who is a stomach sleeper, then that is going to be another reason for having your head tilted, which again can create some kind of compression and then create your pain. Now, if you believe your scalenes are the problem when it comes to your nervy fingers, the first thing we can do here is going to be a cramp test. All we're going to do here is basically look down and to the side, basically trying to compress those scalenes on the affected hand. And if this recreates your pain within 30 to 60 seconds, that's going to be a positive sign that those muscles are short and tight. But we have another test for this because they can also be elongated and tight as well, which can also create compression. And for this, we can do what's called the scalene nerve entrapment test. Now, to do this, all you're going to do is basically tilt your head to the opposite side that you're feeling that pain and hold it there for 30 to 60 seconds. Because what this is doing is it's putting those muscles on a stretch, which can then create that compression. Again, if that recreates your nerve pain and all that, then that's going to be a positive sign for tightness in the scalene. Now, if you test a positive for one or the other, or even both, then the first thing you want to do is start by warming up those tissues by simply moving your fingers around that area. And what you're doing here is not only helping move blood flow into that neck area to prepare for the next technique, but you're also looking for the most tender spot that you can find so that we can work on it in the next one. So with that said, go and apply some light to medium pressure to the side of the neck and just simply work on it for 30 to 60 seconds. Now from here, we can do some micro movements. Find that most tender spot that you found and then pin it down and go back and forth and side to side on it. The goal of this is to basically try to rub down that one tender spot for about 30 to 60 seconds, because that one spot's most likely a trigger point. And by doing so, hopefully that will help loosen the muscle and also get rid of the nervy pain that trigger points create. And then finally, we're gonna do my favorite technique here, which is a pin and stretch. Go ahead and tilt your head to the same side that you got pain, pin down the most tender spot that you can find, and then tilt your head to the opposite direction in order to create a stretch while the muscle is pinned down. Once again, do this for about 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Once you're done with the pin and stretch, then go ahead and do a retest to see if that helps your pain or not. And then let me know in the comment section how you're feeling. But if that didn't help at all, then try this second spot that also creates a lot of pain when you're trying to sleep. That one is going to be the pec minor. The pec minor is located up in the top corner of the pec major, right next to the anterior deltoid. And the way this muscle can get tight when you're sleeping is going to be whenever you are either on your back and gravity is basically pushing your shoulders down and back, which can then create a stretch in those pec minors. And if they're tight and don't have enough range of motion, that can create compression. Or you can create compression itself by actually sleeping on your side, which actually stacks everything on top of the pec minor, both sides actually, with the bottom one being more compressed than the top. And that right there can also be the reason for your nervy pain. Oh, by the way, if you want some strategy on how to fix these problems while you're sleeping, check out the video popping up in the corner, or I'll have a link for it in the description below. Now, to test for your tight chest, a tight pec minor, all I need to do here is perform a right abduction test. Simply take the affected side and place it over your head and hold it there for about 30 seconds to a minute. And once again, if this recreates your pain, then that's going to be a positive sign that the pec minor is going to be your kind of big problem here. Now, what's happening here is basically we're putting that pec minor on a stretch. And once again, if it doesn't have enough range of motion to it and you can't fully get that mobility, then that is going to be what causes that compression and the reason why we want to release it. So just like the scalenes, going to start by warming up the pec minor for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. Myself, I like to use a small ball, like a 5-inch ball to do this, or you can even just use a foam roller or a hand in order to get the same effects. Now from here, go ahead and do some micro movements on the most tender spot that you found in the pec minor. Remember, it's not a big spot, so go ahead and just hit that one area, that one top corner, going back and forth and side to side. And finally, go ahead and do a pin and stretch for 1 to 2 minutes here, pinning down the most tender spot and then taking that arm through its full ranges of motion. This is going to help release the tissues and stretch them out while also working on that trigger point. Go ahead and do each technique for about 1 to 2 minutes, retest, and then let me know how it goes.